everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently had the pleasure and the sublimity and bliss of watching Batman vs. Robin, and of course, as many of you well know, it was panned horribly by all the critics, but my beloved TTR sent it to me. He's a huge comic book fan, as am I. I love DC and I love Marvel, both equally. And to be honest, I believe and I think and I prefer this movie amongst all the others that I've seen. And personally, I think it's the best. The plot was solid and it left you completely transfixed and mesmerized, and the action was non-stop. There were no lulls per se. And it segued very seamlessly from one scene to the next without much of a drag. And it wasn't boring. And of course the soundtrack was top-notch because it was done by Hans Zimmer, one of my favorite composers of all time. He is a modern-day composing genius. Just like Andre Desplat and James Horner and who's the other one I like? I can't think of any other composers off the top of my head that I really enjoy, but those are my top favorite composers. The CGI was absolutely spellbinding and stunning and mesmerizing. It was phenomenal. I personally believe that the movie itself was a solid film. And I liked all the actors, especially Jesse Eisenberg, who played Lex Luthor. I thought he fit the role to a T. He portrayed his psychosis in such a way that it was very believable, and it made you want to hate him. But also you felt sad for him, because in a sense, what he was trying to do, in his own twisted way, was to keep everybody else around him safe from the threat of Superman. And it leads up to the point where the epic battle begins, and it's nothing short of unreal, and it's just it's incredible. This really is a remarkable film, and I give it kudos all the way around. And there were no quibbles, no quabbles, no squabbling, and no kvetching from yours truly. And not only that, but it has Wonder Woman in it, so in my book it made it even better, because ever since I was a little girl, I adored Wonder Woman. I picked up a comic book at his comic book cavalcade that was in town, and that's actually really unusual because I live in a very small town, and I thought, who's this? I don't know who she is, but I like her because she is not your typical superheroine. She doesn't borrow her name from other existing superheroes. She has her own identity, and she's independent, and not only that, but she's a trailblazer, and she doesn't hide her femininity, but she can play with the big boys, and that's why I like her. Maybe at my heart I am kind of a feminist, but I'd like to think of myself as a humanist rather than a feminist. But I still adore Wonder Woman, and that's not going to change. Even though she was just a cameo, and she was involved in that superb fighting scene. I really don't have that much to say. I mean, the origin stories, we know the origin stories of both Kal-El and Bruce Wayne, but it presented the rest of the story in such a way that it never left your interest. It kept you on the edge of your seat wanting more. And like I said, all the actors, all the actresses, they did a really bang up job, and I give it 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars, hands down. In my book, it's the best superhero movie around, other than Civil War. Yeah, it ranks up there with Civil War. It's that good. Of course, I haven't seen Apocalypse yet, so I'm going to see Apocalypse because TTR actually sent me that. Oh, he's so good to me. I don't deserve him. But I really don't have too much else to say. I mean, solid characters, tremendous acting. The villains were just terrific. Like I said, Jesse Eisenberg, oh my lord. As far as portrayals are concerned, I think it's one of the best. It is the acme of portrayals I've seen of a villain. Of course, I really liked Heath Ledger as the Joker. A lot of people do. I really think that he was one of the best Jokers other than Jack Nicholson. You know, I'm kind of old school that way because I don't know. It's just something about Jack. I mean, Jack's whole demeanor, he could give mania a face, and yet you feel a sense of tragedy for the character despite the fact that they're so deliciously twisted and sardonic. Of course, there are times in the movie that you're actually rooting for the villains, and that's a little bit unusual, and I think we're going to see that again in Suicide Squad, which I'm really excited about. That's basically all I have to say about Batman vs. Superman. It was just awesome. It really was. It was truly an astonishing film, remarkable, and magnificent in every way, shape, and form. And I don't care if the critics panned it, because I adored it. I loved every minute of it. It was a fan's dream come true, as far as I'm concerned. That's all I have to say. Until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao tutti.